from Web Squadron. Hope you're all okay. I'm still having that kind of irritated feeling on the back of YouTube, still not giving me answers as to why my channel is affected by penalization and other problems. They don't provide no evidence. But anyway, hey Gary, hey Mia, how you doing? I hope you like the website pricing matrix that we put out this morning. It actually came out yesterday, but it's officially out today. And I hope it's going to help people who've been kind of a little bit unclear or unsure about how to price websites, especially when it comes to, WooCommerce and stuff like that. Hey George, hey Duckett, hey Charlie, how are you doing? So I hope you're liking the... Hey Alex Sava, hey Nikos. How many of you have tried out the website pricing matrix so far? I mean, yesterday was about pricing, but today is the actual official matrix that you can jump in and go and use. In fact, I'll post a link to it right now over here as well, just in case anyone wants to go in and have a look at it. So let me just get it for you. So this is the matrix, right? If you want to go and have a look at it, jump in and have a look. And I'll pop it on screen as well in a moment. I've just got to rearrange my stupid screen over here at the moment. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, here we go. No worries who wants smoke. I mean, I still don't think you should update to the latest version of WooCommerce yet, because there is still an issue with it. Okay, so still just hold fire and wait. Right, let's see some of the comments coming in. Hey, Brian. Hey, Frederick. Salute to you too. Batags, how are you doing? Duckett, good to see you here as well. So for anyone that's not kind of seen it, here is the matrix, which is now officially released for you to go in and have a look at. So it's really simple and easy to use, right? It's really simple and easy. You can't go wrong with it. Let's say you're based in India, for instance, and you normally charge $100 to do a website. You can start to adjust the prices and get this to work with you, with your client, and you might charge something like, no, actually you might charge $50 for a home page, and then every other page is, I don't know, $25, and you're going to build a website that's got 4 extra pages. And what it does is it starts to total up your values for you. Hey, Derek. Hey, Brent as well. So go and click that link that I've just posted down here if you want to go and... Well, sorry, it's this link here, actually. That was the wrong link. There you go. There's the pricing matrix if anyone wants to go in and have a look at it. So Derek sent his website over, and we're now going to open Derek's website. Here you go, Derek. Are you ready? Right, let's go and review Derek Short's website. So I'm just going to do a quick refresh. Right, so there's no animation really coming in. Now, okay, so the problem we have with this is straight away is you see here, it looks to me like you got 2 different font sizes going on over here, number 1. Number 2, this would work as a text logo if it was all one line. Because it is like wrapping onto 3 lines, I feel like it doesn't work for me unless there was an image over here or an image over there. If it was one line, you could get away with it. But because it is wrapping, it doesn't work without something here, like an image here or an image here, like a logo or an icon. Also, like I said, the line height here is different to there, and you've got different font sizes going on. So I feel like it detaches me straight away. I feel like, I'm not really feeling it. Home services about contact, they could be spaced out more. And I would say that if you're going to have your logo here, they need to be over here. They need to be moved way over there to the right-hand side. High quality custom signs, banners, and graphics that stand out. So 2 problems with this. 2 problems. Number 1, this should be in white font. Number 2, it shouldn't have a shadow effect. Get rid of the shadow effect. It doesn't add anything. and put it in white font, make it stand out. Monty the Brave, I don't like the Elementor AI. I don't like it. It's not good for me. I'm not feeling it. The day and night, I mean, I'm trying to work out what we're saying here. So let's say I don't understand decals and stuff like that and signs. The day and night, I'm not sure about that. And the blue and black again, I feel like, I do feel like white font's going to work better. When it comes to your subtitle, that's too long. Really, I think you've got to change this out completely. High quality custom signs and banners and graphics. So what you get here is you get a tongue twister. Custom signs, banners and graphics, that stand out. It doesn't roll off the tongue enough. Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue. Designing exclusive on-site. This should be further down, right? You need to move this down. Over here, you want to say custom signs. Change it. You want to go with custom signs and banners. Custom signs and banners that... No, change it. Here we go. Stand out with custom signs and banners. Stand out with custom signs and banners. And then you want to have one image. You want to have one image, right? You want to have a full width image, okay? White font. Stand out with custom signs and banners. You want to have one image of a car, right? With the whole thing. Hey, Mia. You want to have it like with the car. And you'll see the comments coming in there from people, right? You want to have a car and you can see it. But just one image, like the car's moving. You only get that speed motion of a car kind of thing. This day and night should be left further down. Way, 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 way down. Leave it way down. We're an owner-operated business. You see a lot of... This is now quite wordy. This is quite wordy. So this is where you want to have your text and you want to have an image over here. So text, but you want to leave that. I shouldn't be able to see any of that text until I scroll down the screen. You want to have text, image, maybe a bit more text and image. Services, again, white font, no shadow. I mean, this blue background really doesn't add anything, yeah? Hey, Gary. I really would go to a white background. Keep it clean. It's very busy on the eye. The blue is very busy. And because none of your images here are very bluey, like, see, look, okay. I think what you've got to do is work out your identity. So we go from car. So I'm expecting to see more cars now. I come here. There's no car, no car, no car, no car, no car. I wasn't expecting this. No car, no. There's a van, but look, sign, 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 sign. So I feel like, oh, car decals. So I might have run off. I don't want that. But actually, you don't do just that. You do this as well. So I think you've got to kind of find a happy medium between the images you're using there. The white shadow effect doesn't work for me again. I'm going to be putting out a video. I think I'm doing that video later this week. Or was it next week? I'm putting out a video. It's going to be about text. It's going to be with like text and images and think a little bit differently. Yeah. So where you got here, we worked with, this is closer to that. And look at the padding here. So think about your padding. This should be closer to this and not there. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling that. You might want to go for something a little bit like, you might want to go with something like, let me try and find it. Here we go. So if you see down here, can you see that? Something like that, where you standardize. Doesn't matter what color the images are. These are all yellow logo, green logo, you know, pinky color, purpley logo, Aterim logo. It doesn't matter what the color is. You standardize it or you saturate it, code snippets logo, and you add something to it, okay? because here it's, because they're so different in color, again, it pulls me out of the website kind of thing. It's like whoa, like that. It jerks me a bit. Not in a good way. It jerks me in not a good way. We come to you again. Look, this space is bigger here than it is here. Roughly, about-ish, I think. Bring it closer. So what I think you got to do is you've got to kind of now just take a step back and go, what am I trying to show and what am I trying to say? And I think you're going to find a lot of wording here. So I'm going to take your wording, okay, and I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Let's just go to ChatGPT. Let us go to ChatGPT. Right, so let's just log in. I know there's another one of me down here. I'm just logging in. Just hold on a moment. Just hold on. Hold your horses. Right, hold your horses. Right, okay, right. So, come on. Load up, load up, load up, load up, load up. No, go away, go away, go away, go away. Right, okay. Give me some punchy website headlines based on the following text, right? Let's just see what it does, okay? So I think you've got to kind of like, you know, I think you've got to kind of, I mean, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. So this is based on your words now, right? Look at this, look what we're getting, okay? Look what we're getting over here. Yeah? Look what we're getting here. Unlock the power of power graphics. Transform your vehicles, which isn't just vehicles. Experience the difference of personal attention. Mobile graphics excellence. Greece's trusted choice since 2004. Right? So start creating words and things that are going to work for you to just stand out a bit. Definitely lose that blue background. I feel like that blue background really did detach. And it wasn't, it just wasn't working very well. Yeah, okay, it's a client's website. Sorry, Derek, I thought it was yours. I think you've just got to go back to the client. I think you just got to go back to the client and try and speak to them a bit more about the look they're going for and how this isn't really going to work. Alex uses a pirated version of Elementor. Now, my first question, Alex, is why are you using a pirated version? Yeah, and to be honest, of course you're going to have problems. Why? You are bound to have problems, right? You know. Secondly, Alex, why are you buying the license? Why is your client not buying the license? So, if you're saying, well, it's because it's free, that's not really a good answer, is it? That's like saying, oh, I'm going to walk in a shop and take a drink out because no one will catch me, you know, or I'm going to break into someone's house and take the TV because they weren't home. I know it's not the same, but it's that kind of mentality. So what I would say is, why are you buying the licenses and why are you not getting the clients to buy it? So you don't have to spend money. The client buys it. Plain and simple. All right? Plain and simple. Yeah? That's my advice. Yeah? Don't you buy it. Get the client to buy it. Tell them they need it to get the best website possible. Some clients won't like it. And if your clients aren't prepared to pay for it, hey, Pickstar, then think about your clients. Are they the right client for you? If a client is going to turn around and say, I ain't paying for that. I'm not paying for that. I'm not going to pay for this add-on. I really want it. And it's a premium add-on, but I'm not paying for it. Not my problem. Then I would consider like, I've just started now, Pickstar, about 10 minutes ago, so you're not late, mate. So have a think about, you know, have a think about that. And like Gary says, you can use some add-ons as well to help yourself out. Hey, Jason, I just realised you're in there. Monty the Brave. Monty the Brave says, I think you thought I was referring to the AI coding. I mean, Elementor just released. Yeah, no, that's what I meant, Monty the Brave. So the Elementor AI, I've tried it. It's not as good as Midjourney. When it comes to generative fill, it is very flawed. So what I would say to you is go and open Midjourney and go and open Elemental AI and try using Elemental AI. Remember, eventually they're going to start charging for this, right, in terms of credits and stuff. So what is it? What's worth it? Getting the Elemental AI or getting the Midjourney, which is evolving? Version 6 is coming, or it's here, it's coming. So think about that, right? Think about what you're going to get with Midjourney compared to Elemental AI. And has anyone here used the Elemental AI images? Like, is anyone like impressed by it? Because I really wasn't. Elemental AI, the beta version came out, I think it was last week. And I started testing it. I started recording a video. And then I stopped the video because I realized just how rubbish it was compared to what you get out of Midjourney. So I can't put out a video saying to everyone, hey, look at this, wow. I was not impressed. It's not. Seriously, Monty, try it out. Yeah? Pick a prompt. Yeah? Simple as you can. Put it in Midjourney. Put it in Elemental AI. And then see what you get. And I think you'll then realize, like, you know, seeding. Can you do seeding in Elemental AI image? Not really. The generative fill is appalling. Proper appalling. It really does not do what you think. Yeah. So Crystal, did you do so you did a remake? When you say remake, what? Did you remake it in AI or did you put it in Photoshop? I hear a lot of good things about Leonardo AI. Yeah, so even the Elemental AI for coding, I feel like you're going to get a quicker and better answer just using ChatGPT, especially when you are trying to do a succession of prompts to improve something. Because with Elemental AI, you've got to copy and paste it back in, so it's not kind of like it's not that brilliant, really, kind of thing. As I said earlier, if you have not already seen the video we put out today, you can now access the website pricing matrix. Okay, you can go and access it and start messing around and popping in your values, all right, and start working out what your costs would be for building a website. Oops, did I not hit return there? There we go. Yeah, so that is now available for you to start using. It's not going to give you all the answers, don't get me wrong, okay? It will depend on, hey Imran, it will depend on other variables that kick in. But the key thing really, and this is massively overlooked by a lot of people, okay, is how we don't always take into account effort and communication. So if I think the effort by the customer is going to be high, like the amount of effort I got to put in, and the comms they give me is going to be poor, I'm going to increase the cost. I can increase the cost by 25% if I want, you know, add on and ups, you know, it's up to me. If I think it's going to be hard work, I'm not going to charge him $980, right? Let me just pop that to 0. I'm not going to charge him $980. I'm going to charge him $1,470. There's a 25% uplift, right? High effort, poor communication. Why should you charge the same rate as you would to maybe a client who's on the ball? They give you good content. They're a great communicator. You know what you're doing, so the effort is chilled out. You can just go with the flow and get it done, right? So, because we all make this mistake. Oh yeah, we'll build a website, standard basic, here's the cost. Yeah, but if this client here is like really like, oh, I don't know, sign off is late. Oh, I changed my mind. Oh, I don't want that image. Or the words they give you is just like baloney. And then there's a bit of content rewriting and jigging around. You don't charge the same amount, right? You don't charge the same amount. You could argue, well, yeah, what if I'm painting a room? It doesn't matter if the client is a good client or a bad client, I'm still going to paint the room. I would agree with you, but if the client is likely to say, oh, I want to change my mind now, and you've started painting, or they tell you to paint 2 walls, and then halfway through they go, oh, I want the 3rd wall as well. or whatever, you know, or, you know, they, you know, you now need to be paid, but it's going to be very late before they pay you, increase the cost. Because I don't want a sleepless night without knowing that I'm being paid for you giving me a sleepless night. Yeah. No, Derek, it's an Excel spreadsheet. It's an Excel spreadsheet. So what you would do, Derek, is basically you can just copy it. Yep. So look, you can just go like that. You can go like this. Look, and then you just copy it. Control C or copy. Look, you got the word copy. Open up Excel or Google Sheets, whatever, and paste it in. You don't get my version that's got formulas in. It's very basic formulas, but you don't get my version with formulas because, like, I don't know. Maybe I should create a version that you can download the full Excel sheet, and I might say, right, that's going to cost you, I don't know, £5. I don't know. I might do that. I might not. If people say to me they want me to make a version of this available for them to download fully, I will, but I will charge for that. But I'll put it down as £5, you know, or something like that. But that's only if people keep saying they want it. No one has requested it yet, but we'll see how many people use it. I'm glad you like the pricing document, Crystal. I'm really glad you like that. Really, I just read what you said there, Crystal. You redrew it with the pen tool in Illustrator. I'm impressed, Crystal. That's quite impressive, that is. What's the best form plugin, Monty says, in terms of easy customization? Gravity. Look, there's loads, right? PRNet, Gravity. I think it all depends on how much customization you're doing, to be honest. Andrew received 42 images from a client. 200 kilobytes, that's not too bad. After looking for an image for the hero image, only one would be appropriate. Oh, no. Yeah, but is that... When you say appropriate, though... I mean, if it's appropriate, then it doesn't matter, then, does it? How do you assess the effort? Okay, Andrew, good question. So, sorry, I'm just going to adjust this a bit. So, in terms of effort, what I mean is the client going to be late to sign off? Is the client going to provide the right kind of content or images? Is the client going to be clear on what they want or the spec? Is the client going to be responsive? So let's say I email the client and I say to them, look, you know, if you can let me know later on today or whatever, they actually get back to you. So, because if I say to the client, this website's going to take 5 days, and these are the milestones, I don't want to get to Tuesday, and I'm still waiting for them to sign off the homepage, because then it delays everything else. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, Pixar, sorry. When I say appropriate in terms of size or quality, actually, Andrew, Pixar asks a good question. When you say it's appropriate, was it the size or was it just the type of image? Derek, so the reason why I don't make... So here's the reason, Derek, yeah, I don't make it... I don't do it in Google Docs, right? Here's the reason. If I do it in Google Docs, right, you could technically come in and overwrite a value. Whereas with Excel, it's completely locked down. Trust me, it's completely locked down. And you could easily copy and paste that into a Google Doc if you want. You could easily do that and it will maintain the formulas. Hey Scott, how you doing? Have them join your YouTube channel. Could do as well. Andrew started relaying our wooden floor. Then wife says I'm making too much noise as she has... Oh no, Andrew. That's not fair, is it, Andrew? You know, like... Hello, wife, Mrs. Downey. I'm going to put down the wooden floor. You get your tools out. And she goes, Andrew, shut up. I've got business calls. You know, she picks up the hammer and lobs it at you. Kind of thing. Type of image. And where the image is taken on like an iPhone or something, or really bad quality images. Right, I've just got to very quickly check an email. Oh, man. I'm trying to close down with a client who is probably going to hire us to do their website, or hire us to do their friend's website. And every time I feel like, right, we're there now, they should now make a decision, they come back with like a load more questions. And I'm like, you know, I'm getting a bit like, they have every right to ask the questions, but I often 9 times out of 10, my answer is that's exactly the same as what I've already told you, kind of thing. Pickstar, what really makes me freak out is if I get images in portrait, like iPhone, and of course not made in land. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know something? I get really irritated when people walk around and they're taking photos and they're like this. Like, they're not taking a photo of someone, they're taking photos of, oh, look at that mountain. Oh, look at that beach. And they're like that. And I'm sat there thinking, turn your phone that way. What are you doing? Turn your phone. And then the worst thing is when they give you the picture in portrait and now you got to make it stretch full width. And when you do that, the blurriness, the pixelations is awful, right? Absolutely awful. The appropriate image from Andrew was basically the banner they use on Facebook, and it's a mural. Yeah, okay. The trouble is, though, Andrew, right? The trouble is, even though it's a mural, is it appropriate and is it going to convert? Is it the kind of image that's going to grab your attention? So imagine you are a potential customer for a play center or whatever. Is that image going to work for you? Imagine, right, you come in, I don't know you, I kind of know what your business is because obviously I found you on Google or someone gave me a link or whatever, passed on details, word of mouth. Is it gonna like hook me? Is it gonna make me go, oh, what is this then? And make me want to go deeper? Or is it one of those like where you go, you know? So I would say if you feel like it's not good enough, go back to the client and say, we kind of need something a bit different, and kind of give them an idea of what they need as well. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Derek, if any of my clients give me a bad image, I tell them I really don't want to use this. I'll use it if you want me to, but I'm telling you now, this will affect your conversion. And normally when I say that to them, they sometimes reconsider. I've built websites where the images are awful and I never showed those websites to anyone because I'm offended by the website. I really am offended by the website. If you want to get the last kilobytes off your chest in a portrait, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, portrait is great. Portrait is great for mobile. But if that's the only image you've got, to be honest, you really want landscape, and then your mobile will be a version of the landscape, so you crop it, right? That's really what you want. But the worst ones are when someone has taken like a group photo and the group are quite far back, and when you put it on like on your monitor, oh my god, it's like the faces are all like, you know, it just doesn't work, right? You know? Yeah, like Crystal says, you got to train your clients. You got to kind of say to them that, look, and approach it in a very compromising way, yeah? Collaboratively, sorry. So say to them, look, I'm just letting you know that if you want me to use these images, I'll use them, but I'm trying to help you out here. And if you want your website to convert and get you more business, you really should reconsider these images. I'm just helping you out and say, I'm sure you would do the same, right? So this company, let's just take the one that Derek did, the signs and graphics. I would say to them, if your client gave you a image, let's say they created an image in Canva, and they gave you the image to print out and stick on the side of a car, but that image was the wrong resolution, right? Or it was the wrong sized canvas, and then you blow it up, what's the word? You print it out large scale and you stick it on the side of the car, but because it was the wrong resolution and it wasn't a vector, it was a photo of someone, and you do that, would you do that? Say that to them. Would you still print it out even though you know the quality of that image is appalling? Would you still do that? Would you still say to the client, well, that's what you want, so that's what you get? Or would you not say, we advise that the resolution or the DPI of your image is a minimum of 300 DPI? Your image must also be a minimum of 1000 by 1000 pixel sized canvas. So when we expand it to stick on the side of your car, because we're going to give you like a magnet, that's going to be the best quality image for your car, for the sticker. So when people see you drive by, that's what... Exactly, there's the word. Crystal's got it. Quality control. Say that to them. And they will probably say, yeah, we would. So how's that any different to you telling them the image you're giving just doesn't cut it? Just doesn't cut it. Yeah? Because don't forget, people probably have never seen your stickers and images. So the first time they go to this website, they're going to see you. And unless your images are taken in good quality, and let them know, look, you don't have to hire a professional photographer, but just make sure your images are great quality. We can lighten them or saturate them or increase the contrast in Elementor or Canva or Photoshop. We can do all of that. I'm talking, no, Pixar, I meant for like, printouts on the side of cars. But we can do all of that. We can touch it up a bit. But if the original image looks grainy, that graininess is going to show. If we sharpen it, it will show massively. If we dampen it a bit with a blur to get rid of the graininess, well, now we've gone and blurred the image, So always spin it round to what they do, right? Always spin it round. Easier said than done sometimes. What if they're a restaurant? And the images are bad quality? How do you spin that around? Well, then you almost say to them, when you serve a plate of food, do you just throw the food on and hope they like it? Or do you take time? Do you position your food? You put things on, don't you? You put your fish like that. You put your parmesan here. You put your cheese over there and your sauce. You put that like, you do stuff, right? You're not just going to give them a plate kind of thing, right? If someone in your kitchen just serves it up like that, you're going to go, no, we've got to do it properly. The same thing applies to what we're doing, from a web design. And absolutely, Crystal, blurry images, you're on a loser. You're on a complete loser with blurry images. Once they're blurred, there are tools out there that sharpen it. But 9 times out of 10, what then happens is you get noise, because the blurs converts into noise. Lots of speckles everywhere. So power of images is massive. I mean, we've gone on about this so many times. The power of images. Nearly every template and theme and demo that you'll see of a website, 9 times out of 10, you're blown away by the images. Then you'll notice the features and the functionality. But 9 times out of 10, the image. Because when you take away the image, you go, oh, it's just text. It's just text and a button. And there's no image placement there. And there's an image placement here and over here. And there's some text and a button over here and a divider line. Not much to it, really. But how many times has someone gone, hey, we've just designed a new theme. And you look at it and you go, wow. Like, wow. But take away the color scheme. So pretend it's now grayscale. Take away the images. And you go, oh, okay. It's actually not that difficult. And so many of them charge like $40, $50 for you to just buy something. But you don't get the images. And when you pop your images in, you go, oh, actually, it doesn't look so good now. Because don't forget, they will pick the perfect image for the template and theme. So if the branding of the website is yellow, black, white, and grey, like bricks, They're going to make sure their images complement that, right? But when you then go and put in your image, which is red and green, well, now that doesn't work with the color palette. So, okay, I'll change my color palette to be red and green. Well, now it still doesn't work because now your image has got too much red or too much green. You got to lose a color. You got to change your accent, dampen it, brighten it. But for me, the images are so important, as is the content and the wording. And if you're ever thinking of wireframing a website, your client better know their content. So many times I've said to a client, yeah, I know you want to work with me and we want to work with you and we're on the same page, but we are not committing to a contract. I am not taking a deposit off you. You're not even being penciled in for a date until I know you've got your content and your images and I see it. I need to know that they know the wording, or I do the wording for them, but I need to know, are you doing it? Am I doing it? Are you doing the images, or am I going to go and get some for you? Because once I know that we are locked down on the words can change, but I'm locked down on the words and we know your images, the ideas start to form. The vision you had, you start to visualize it. You can now say to the client, we need new images. Fine, they go and get it. What if it took them 2 months to get you new images? What are you going to do? Sit on it? Same with the wording. They're not going to pay you to do it. They're going to go and get someone else to do it, but they're busy. You're waiting. I prefer to know that if you want to work with me and we agree and we know what we're doing and we put in a date, we get it done. We hit the ground running. We've done the homework. We've done the visualization. 5 days to do your website. Boom, we do it. In June, no, not June. Was it July? It was either June or July. Last year, we did 3 directory websites in the space of 7 days. 7 days, 3 directory websites. 3 different clients. Do you know how we turned it around so bloody quick? Because prior to us starting them and doing them, I told them, your color palette, your wording, your images, your categories. What are you going to filter on? Are you going to have a sub-filter to a filter? You get down all of that so I can see it and I know that we know what we're doing. We get it done. Because I would rather, even if a client said to me, oh, we're going to pay you $5,000 for a website, I would rather lose that client than agree to work with them and then sit there waiting for their content. Because then I'm waiting. And then I then can't start planning further ahead because I know I've still got to do them. By the time they get me their content, the price I agreed with them may have changed. I might have upped my prices. What do? Still do it for the old price because that's what we agreed. We've got someone, an existing client. We did their website 2.5 years ago. They now want a refresh. Spoke to them in September last year. We agreed a price. They still haven't paid up yet or got their full content done. So in February, I increased the price by 35%. They're fine with that. I explained why. They still haven't got their content to me. That was February. If we get to August or September, nearly 1 year on, and they have not, again, supplied what they need to do, the price will go up again. Because my prices will shift and change. So I like to know that when we start to do things, we do it. Yeah? But that's why I like to say, hey, yeah, Charlie, take care, mate. Great to have you here, okay? What am I witnessing? You do make a good point though about the blurred effect for glass morphism. However, not everyone's going to go for the glass morphism, are they? You know. Yeah. Cheers, Chris. I'm glad you like it. But I mean it. You might not believe me. You might think you're lying. You don't do that. I'm telling you, I don't care how much you're willing to pay. If I know, because I don't like it. I'm impatient. Okay, you know when your machine is updating, I'm like, that, come on, mate, update. You know when your iPhone does an update and you're like, oh my God, come on. I get impatient. I don't like waiting, okay? The only times I'm happy to wait is if I'm downloading and I need it to download, or you're watching a movie, or you're in a restaurant and you know something amazing is going to come your way. Or maybe you're waiting for a latest phone or something and you're just watching the days tick by. Or a movie you really want to watch and you're just waiting for that to get closer to opening night. They're the times I'm happy to wait. Well, I'm not happy to wait, but you got to wait because you can't control it. But I don't want to be agreeing a contract to do... Because here's the other thing, right? The pricing matrix, right, that we've got over here. The price. Look what we have here. We have effort. We have communication. I've decided on a price to do your homepage, maybe your blog and all of that. We agree a price. You pay a deposit. We're tied in now. We're connected. And then I get the content. And all of a sudden, the blogs that you were going to get me to do have gone from being just text, image, text, to being text, image, recipe, chart, boom, 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 infographics. And the client goes, yeah, but I kind of said that. And I'm like, well, no, it wasn't exactly like that. But we got a contract. We're tied in. You know, there'll be room for change, but it becomes a difficult conversation. What if, like, they then give you the images and they go, right, I want 20 images on the home page, but I thought we were only going to go for 4, and that's the plan we had in mind, right? When I know your content, we can visualize it better, right? I think you can all agree with me on that. You know, you know what you're playing with. You know what the pieces are, right? You agree to build a house for someone and they give you Lego pieces and all of the Lego pieces are rectangle. Okay, I'll build a house, but that's all I have to use. So I've got to now decide how I'm going to do it. Another client gives you the same Lego pieces, but they also give you some longer pieces. So you don't just get the 4x2 Lego bricks. You now get the longer ones. I don't know, what are they? 20x2. Ah, now I can do a better roof here. Do you get what I mean? You know what you're playing with. I know it's going to be easier and quicker for me to build a house now than before, because I was having to do overlaps to strengthen the 4x2s to create a roof, like a pergola or something like that. What am I witnessing? You do design reviews. Yeah, look, if you want to email over, okay, if you want to email over and you want us to do a review, email it now, okay, to the email which is here, and we'll stick it on screen and we'll do a review. It is done publicly though. If you want a private one, I charge for that, because then I've got to write up the notes or record a video for you. But if you want a public review, and when I say public, don't be worried, we're just going to do it here. We can do that, all right. Hey Betsy, hope you're okay. By the way, don't forget, go and check out today's video about the website pricing matrix, where if you have struggled with pricing or you've overlooked the concept of increasing costs due to effort and communication, and also pricing up blogs and WooCommerce, like how many products do you do for free? And then at what point do you start charging? All of that. It might get you to think a little bit differently about your pricing. Hey Yasir, great to have you here as well, by the way. Kelly, do you have any recommendations for reservation software for a rental site? Look, there's lots of different solutions, and I think most of the time it kind of depends on the features you're getting. I mean, there's loads of rental booking systems out there. So to be honest, Kelly, I would say Google WordPress rental plugin or rent plugin or rent booking or something plugin. In fact, just go with WordPress booking plugin, right? And then change the results to only be the latest month. There'll be tons of articles that go through the free ones, the premium ones, the pros, the cons, what you get out of it. Because a lot of that does depend, though, on what you're trying to get out of it. What am I witnessing? I don't show the email. When you email it, I open the link. I will not show your email. Hey, Artif, how you doing? How much for review? If it's a full-on review, Derek, okay, like a full-on review, then it's £160 or roughly $200. Okay, a full-on review like that. £160 or $200, because now I'm just going to spend an hour on it, looking at it, advising, writing. If you want me to go into your website, so it's not just a front-end review, but a back-end review as well, then the cost comes up. But then you got to email me for us to discuss and find out exactly what you do. Roshan, can you show us how we can price clients from different countries? To be honest, though, Roshan, that depends. That depends on the currency and the GDPR from Capita. Yeah. So it very much depends. Like, for instance, Roshan, where are you based at the moment, and what do you charge? Where are you based, and what would you charge a client in your country? What country are you in, and what would you charge for a basic 5-page website? I'm not talking about blog. I'm not talking about WooCommerce. For a basic 5-page website, what would you charge? What would you charge? Yeah, what would you charge? I'm just going to nip to the loo for 5 minutes, okay? I say 5 minutes, but I'll probably be quicker than that. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll be back, okay? I'll be back in 5 minutes. So, Roshan, Gary's just sent a video, but have a think here about what country are you in, and what would you charge for a basic 5-page website? No appointment, no WooCommerce, no blog, basic 5-page website. Country, and what would you charge? I'll be back in 5.
Hello. Also, subscribe to my channel, please. I'm going low on subscribers, and I'm trying to hit a lot of subscribers. Please give me a lot of subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm not stealing the show. Just came here. Also, everyone that's watching, subscribe to my dad's channel and my channel. Please, I'm running low on subscribers and I really need subscribers because I'm trying to beat my friend. My friend's also a YouTuber, so I'm trying to beat my friend to 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe. what is the name of my channel? Rara Rahim. It's Rara Rahim. If you go into there, and you can subscribe. Oh, he's back. I just.
Hey, I hope he kept you company. How you doing? Right, where were we? Right, back to the chat. So Roshan is from India. And you charge roughly what, 5,000 rupees, right? So what is 5,000 rupees in? Let's just work with US dollars, okay? So let's go with Indian rupees to USD, right? Let's go with let's work this out, right? So you charge roughly $5,000, okay, which is about $60, right? Okay, right. So $60, okay. So if you were building a website to someone in United States, I think you could easily increase that to $1,000, right? Or maybe even $600 like that, right? So you could easily do that. But you're going to have to speak to other people as well about what you think is a more appropriate pricing. But don't forget, if you do go over to our, here we go. If you go over to the video released today about the website pricing matrix, you might want to, I mean, you got to imagine, right, you know, these are just numbers, so you can pretend they're US dollars or whatever. So let's say pretend that these are, let's go with 50,000, right? Whoa, sorry, 50,000, right, rupees is what you're going to charge for a website to someone in United States. That would convert to be $600. 50,000 rupees, $600. You can start working through and working out your costings based on that. Right, let me just check some of the comments coming in because I've missed quite a few and Raheem was kind of taking over, right? I know, I mean, he's probably one day going to take over the challenge, though. I know, it's the movie Big Crystal. That's a pretty good one. By the way, I'll just share Raheem's channel, because obviously he wants you all to... He did quite a cool video, actually. He did do quite a cool video, and I'm just going to... get his channel for you, just so you don't have to go to his channel, but he did quite a good video, which I'm just going to share for you over here, if I can get the link, and then we'll continue with our normal conversation. So this is Raheem's channel, or his video, and he did quite a cool video with strumming his guitar, which I was quite impressed by, though. Trust me, John, I had to edit out so much stuff out of that video. So much stuff. Right, I've got to check some emails that are coming in. So someone called Hendrik has just emailed me. So is there someone called Hendrik over here? Is there someone called Hendrik over here? So Roshan, I hope that made sense, okay? Go and speak to other people that you work with or you know who are web designers, okay? And you're going to get a better feeling for what costings are going to work for you. Kate, remember when you are crafting... yeah, absolutely. Kate makes a good point there. Kate makes a good point. What am I missing? Does your son have the same interest as you? Do you know what? He keeps saying he will take over my YouTube channel, but I've got a bad feeling he won't talk about websites. He'll talk about something else. He does like to play with Canva. He likes to do programming on Minecraft and stuff like that. He likes to use ChatGPT to work out the best way to program XYZ. So he thinks ahead. He's got a bit of a creative mind, which is kind of a bit like me. Me on YouTube, how are you? Do you know if there is a way to check what fonts are being on a site made on Elementor? Yeah, you right click. You right click and you inspect, or you check the HTML, or you just check the styling of it. But you right click, you hover, you highlight the text, you right click it, you go to inspect. I think no, in fact there's a Chrome extension. Hold on, let me there is actually a Chrome extension. I'm talking baloney. Font identifier. So there is a not font identifier. What's it called? Oh, I can't remember now what it is. No, yeah, font identifier by what font. So there is this. If you're using Chrome, you can go and use this over here. You go and get that Chrome extension, and you can use it. Yeah, it's not a plugin, it's a Chrome extension. You go to Chrome, you go to extensions, do a search for that, install it, and you can go and do that. Or Fonts Ninja. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's loads. There's loads of options, to be honest, right? There's loads of options. Sometimes, though, I just like right-click and inspect it because I don't just want the font. I want to know a bit more about the style or the weighting or anything else I can find out about it. Yeah, Crystal makes a really good point here. Hey, Johnny, believe in what you say and do. Is there anyone here called Hendrik? Because they've just emailed me. What am I missing? That is you. So that's you. Okay. We're going to open up what Hendrik has just sent me. It's a design. It's not a website. It's just a design. Unfortunately, I don't do Figmas like design. It's got to be an actual website. I mean, I might zoom in. Let me just see if I can zoom in. Yeah, okay, right. We can try this then. Okay, right. Let me just... Right. So I'm going to look at Hendrix in a moment. Okay, we're going to look at Hendrix' website in a moment. Crane account. I don't want to collaborate. Right. Just back to the comments before I go to Hendrix' website. So Crystal makes a really, really good point. If I say to a client it's going to cost $5,000 or £5,000, I don't buckle on that. I mean it. And I explain why. And if they go, that's too much, I go, okay, the cost can come down, but then you're going to lose out on the SEO. I will only do one blog post and you got to do the rest. I will not do your cookie privacy policies or whatever. You're going to have to add them in. I won't create the pages for that. Believe in what you say and do. No room for doubt, okay? No room for maneuverment on the price unless you take a service away, all right? Don't let them talk you down for no good reason. Zaki, how can I design high-end level custom forms? Depends what you mean by a high-level custom form, to be honest, Zaki. So what is it you're trying to show? Are you a one-man business? Nope, we've got a team. We've got a team, Johnny. But the YouTube side I do myself because I like to do things my way. Hey, controller. Right, now let's go over to... what am I missing? So he's just sent over a design. The logo is quite cool. White Fennec. That's quite a funky logo. Home About Us. Yep. The yellow there is the wrong contrast. That yellow, from an accessibility point of view, you're going to fail big time. You got to go with black. Dark blue or dark black or black, basically, for your button. The white on yellow doesn't work. Create fast websites in no time. I'm not sure. Create fast websites in no time. Okay, kind of works, but also doesn't fully work in a way. White Fennec provides tailor-made website development. Okay, yeah, again, the yellow. So if this is your home banner, right? So this is your hero banner, right? This is good, but it doesn't look like a website. That just looks to me like wireframing. That doesn't look like a website. So you know what you have here? So when you say create fast websites, all I get is wireframe. And if you think about the end user, this looks way too complex. This is going to blow their mind. They're going to go, what's going on? That's too much. Imagine someone, right? Imagine someone who just wants a landscape website. They just want a landscape website. This looks too data analytical for them. This looks like a techie website. That could put them off. Yeah, that could put them off. Yeah. Faster like again, this doesn't work. Yeah. Imagine someone wants a dentist website. This will put them off, kind of thing, because you're saying it doesn't. This is more for the techie crowd. Yeah. So for IT, you know, people that are really on board with like, yeah, we know what we want, right? It would work. But this is this feels too techie. Again, optimization that doesn't mean anything. Think right now of the people that live in your street, right? Think of the people that live in your street and say to them, okay, I build websites, and then show them this. That's not going to mean anything. Security, well, yeah, but that's more for hosts really and stuff like that. Marketing, we haven't even really got to yet what the websites do or what they really like. Look, there isn't a real website. You know, again, marketing kind of thing. Conversion optimization, you know, I mean, you got to be careful. You got to sell it to them more before you start jumping into words like this. So you need to have example websites. Yeah, these are just placeholders. I get that. Again, okay, this would work if you were selling a service. No, you were selling a product. So you were selling like some reporting software. This reporting software is going to help you create efficient reports, and you don't need to use Access and Excel. It will bring it all together. It's really bespoke and personalizable. This could work, right? This could work. But for a website, again, look, I don't think this works. This feels to me more like you're selling a product rather than a solution. It feels more like I'm selling you a product and it's going to do da-da-da-da-da, but it doesn't feel like a solution to me. I need a website for my business. I need to make money. I need to get referrals and leads. You know, I want my business to become the best. This feels like I'm buying a product, not something that's going to solve my problems in a way. Like, look, really, that doesn't mean anything to them. That doesn't mean anything to them. You know, and, you know, yeah, maybe. I mean, is that true? Be careful, yeah, be very careful. 24/7 customer service, be very careful what you say. This should not be on your home page. This should be on your services page now, your pricing page. I would not have this here. Yeah, I would not have this here. You know, I don't think they're going to be interested in this again. Get in touch. Yeah, okay, map. Yeah, okay. So right now, by you doing that, you have just condensed your market. Boom. You've just condensed your market. Tell me why anyone in, and I'm going to be really stereotypical here, right? Tell me why anyone in New York, like, did you have to tell them that? Did you have to tell them where you're based? If you are targeting Lahore clients in Pakistan, great, brilliant. But if you are targeting outside of Pakistan, why do you have to tell them that? Why do you have to tell them that? Yeah? Okay. No, the footer is nice. I'm not going to lie. The footer is actually quite nice. This is quite a nice footer. but this to me feels like you're selling a product, not a solution to someone's problems. So I would rein it in a bit. And you must remember though, because you've just said, and I'm not picking faults here, but you've just said, right, your job is not designing. You're gonna have to design, right? Your client's gonna come to you and not really have a good idea of what they want. You're gonna have to design a layout for them, a possible solution that's gonna work with them, right? So you got to get on board with that. I do not recommend being I will just design what you tell me, right? So if your designer or you give me X, I'll just copy it. It's your job to be able to go, your designer said do this, and this is great, but I think you need to do that differently. That shouldn't be there. That should be on another page. That should be the other way around. You've got to kind of be prepared to kind of question and give new options, right? Because imagine, and I'm just going to double check the comments really, really quickly. Yeah, okay. Let's say, right, I get someone to build an extension for me, and I go, here's what my architect said. This is what I want. I want the builder to almost kind of say, that's great, we can do that. But did you think about putting the door here? Because you put the door here, it means we can do X, Y, Z. And it means you can do A, B, C over here. And you've put the radiator there. But if you put the radiator here, the pipework, whatever, is going to work better, but there is underneath the window, you're losing heat. Over here, near where you're sitting, you're going to get the heat. So sometimes you want the expert. They're an expert for a reason, okay? You want the expert to put you right. You can get a landscaper. You say to the landscaper, I want you to put the pond in the middle of the turf and put the path going around. The landscaper might say, well, yeah, we can do that. But what if we move the pond over here and we make the path go there? And then we can now have a seating area here. At the moment, you can't do your seating area because you got your pond, path, path. Now you've compromised. You can't have seating here. You can't have your seating there. But if we put the pond there and path, we've got seating. And then suddenly you go, I didn't think of that. That's the job. That is our job. If you just want to build what they give you, you can do that, but then you become a one-trick pony. You're only ever going to build what the clients give you. And then you're expecting the client to give it to you. And then you're going to have clients that say, but I don't have a design. That means you can't build for them now. Or what you build might be a bog standard template. And again, you're restricting your creativity. We learn. We go from not being good at designing to becoming brilliant at designing. We can all get there. The more websites we build, the better we get there. The more we look at the competition, the more we look at other websites, the more we look at demos and what they're doing, we slowly evolve. And that's what I would say. Yeah, what am I witnessing? I think, because that website felt to me like it's a copy of a techie website where you're selling a product, you know, rather than I'm going to solve your problems. I'm going to show you brilliant websites. Right, just check the comments coming in. So to summarize, what am I witnessing? Replace yellow. Yep. Less colors. Yep. Wrong layout. In a way, yep. I mean, you could replace a lot of your layout with images and stuff and still make it work. Does not convey the right message, yeah. Like, who are you trying to attract? At the moment, you're just telling me, yeah, we do, but you're not convincing me that I can believe in it. Yeah. I mean, what am I witnessing? I'm going to ask a really direct question now, okay? How many websites have you built for clients? How many websites have you built for clients? How many? How many websites have you built? And where were they based? It's okay to say none, but I just want to probe a little bit before I give you my next strategy. Free mentoring here, people. Free mentoring. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Pixar. Red is a danger color, but if you can, we go for the FF0050 color, which is like a fuchsia, pinky color. So it's not red and it's not pink, but it's more pink than red. Yeah. So you've built more than 50 websites, but I never designed one. Okay, so where did the designs come from? So for those 50, right, where did the designs come from? The client, a template, a theme, a starter template, Envato. You just nicked someone else's website like Apple. Where did the 50, where did the designs come from then? Just checking a comment that's come in. By the way, thanks for sending that, Hendrik, as well. Yeah, it's always brave, by the way. Yeah, when you put it out there. We try to be as constructive as we can as well. Yeah. I used to work for a company. I'm freelance now. They had an in-house designer. Okay. They had an in-house designer. Right? Look at those websites you built. Right? You got 50 websites you built. Or you contributed to. Look at the 50 websites you built. Okay, let's pretend there were 5. What was the niche? Right? What was the niche? What was the budget? Number 1, right? For those that had a bigger budget, what more did you do compared to the lower budget? Look at them. Study them. Look at the flow. Look at the messaging. Look at the headlines. Look at the layout. When you build a website, can you give me some examples? Don't put the URL here, but give me some areas. What were they? Shops? Dentists? Landscapers? Beauty products? Clothes? Give me some niches. Give me an example of a niche of one of the websites you recently done. Yeah? Was it a pet store? Was it a lingerie? What was it? Right, what was it? Hey, Rich's Domain, how are you doing? There is new CSS coming, text wrap balance, pre-kill Chrome. Oh, right, CSS, text wrap balance. Ooh. So what does that one do then? I think I'm working it out, but CSS, text wrap balance. Ooh, I'll make a note of that one. Thank you very much, Pickstar, for that. Text. Hold on, text wrap balance. That sounds like, I might have it wrong, but can you clarify? What is that then? What is that one then? What's the balance one for then? Because I get the text wrap, but the balance? What's that? Mostly e-commerce websites or informational site. There you go. What am I missing? This is why you've built your website in a very product-driven way. Do you see what I mean? I was on the right path, right? I could see it. I could feel it. Almost like infographic-y. Hey, Brian Schnur, how are you doing? Right? So, what you've got to look at and think about is they were selling a product. Flip it around now. There must have been some of them that were selling solutions, right? Flip it a bit. You need to get across that you provide websites. What can that website do for me? How can it help me out? Okay? Zaki, how can I design high-end forms for web development business? The user should be able to add attachment files and create lists. Well, Zaki, Elemental form. Well, Zaki, what are you using? Bricks, Breakdance, Elemental, Gutenberg, Wix, Squarespace. What are you using? Netscape Navigator. What are you using for what's your page builder of choice that you're building with? Because that will slightly influence what I say next, right? Believe me, yeah. You know when people ask questions, here's my massive tip, right? Go into a restaurant and say, I want some food. So they know you want food and they know you're hungry. Watch their reaction. I want some food. They're going to say, what do you want? So what is the page builder you're building with? Because that will influence the answer. Derek says they've updated their site. We don't normally do this. I'm not seeing any changes. I mean, there's a few changes there, but to be honest, Derek, I don't think they're enough. I think you've got to do quite a load more changes, if I'm honest. I think you've got to do quite a few more on there. Yeah, a few more changes are still needed on there. Bricks Forge has good form builder. Elemental has build. Depends though what the page builder is though. It depends on what the page builder is. I've just got to send an email back. Cheers, Gary. Thanks for the link on the CSS text wrap balance. Thank you very much for that. In fact, should we open it up on screen? Here we go. So here is, so I've just had a link sent over to me for the new text wrap balance so we can see what it's doing. So unbalanced and balance. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it now. It's more, okay. Yeah, I get it. I got it. I actually like that's quite nice. That is actually the whole balance effect there. You know, that's quite neat. That is actually quite neat. In terms of balance, that's actually quite neat. I like that. That is actually so 50 characters. Okay. Sorry, balance. There we go. Balanced. Or text wrap balance. And then the maximum inline. That's quite interesting. And when does this come out? That's quite interesting, that is actually. Thank you very much for that. I wasn't aware of that one. Back to the comments coming over here. So Zaki, you use Elementor. Okay, Zaki, right? Elementor allows you to upload images and PDFs and documents. Elementor allows you to have a checkbox and a list. Okay? You have to put down the options, then people pick. I would not recommend that you let people define the list, okay? Let them pick from a list. Drop-down list, checkbox list. You can do all of that in Elementor if you've got Elementor Pro. Are you using Elementor Pro? Hey, me on YouTube. Hey, don't say thank you to me. It's thank you to you for being here, for asking the questions. And when you ask the questions, I work with that. By the way, I'm only here for 2 minutes when I'm jumping off. Controller command. How would you divide the sections for the homepage? Header, hero, about. No. I would go more into header, hero. Now back up the hero with more explanation, right? Then I would go into maybe services. Then I would go into portfolio. This, however, right, this could become a very busy one page if you then go into portfolio and blog on the same page. Unless it's really relevant, I'd leave the portfolio as another page and the blog as another page as well. You could put your 3 of them on there. But I would go header, hero, support the hero now with further info, very services, but keep it really lean and mean. And then you'll have a services page. You could do the blog or have a few examples, but don't overdo it. Contact form you could have as well. Or you could, it depends on what it looks like. It's very easy though. It is very easy to stick them on, but it depends on how big and meaty they are. Okay, everyone, I'm now going to jump off, unfortunately. I'm going to jump off now. I've got a few emails I need to respond to. One of them is a big email that I need to read and go through. I won't be live tomorrow. I won't be live tomorrow. I'll be back on Thursday, same time, but I will not be live tomorrow. Zaki, you need to go and watch the website that the video that I put out today, right? Go and look at the video we put out today, right? Go to our channel, website pricing matrix, and yesterday's video. So you need to watch yesterday's video. I need to watch today's video. Okay, that's going to be your answer, Zaki. Right, I'm jumping off now, everyone. Take care. Thank you to everyone who's got involved and has asked questions and submitted their websites. I'll be back on Thursday. I'm not here tomorrow. Back on Thursday. Take care. Bye.